Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins shook the NFL world today with a move that has fans buzzing and rivals scrambling to make sense of it. Derrick "King" Henry, the towering powerhouse running back from the Baltimore Ravens, has reportedly agreed to join the Dolphins in what insiders are calling one of the boldest gambles in recent memory. Sources suggest the deal required the Dolphins to part ways with not one, but two of their star players, creating shockwaves through Miami and leaving analysts questioning the wisdom and timing of such a seismic shift. The whispers around the league indicate that this isn't just about adding a player. It's about redefining the Dolphins' identity on offense, injecting a level of brute force and presence in the backfield that few teams could counter. Social media has erupted with speculation about how this will impact the locker room dynamics, the offensive schemes, and even the morale of players who were once considered untouchable. While some see it as a masterstroke that could vault Miami to Super Bowl contention, others caution that the gamble carries enormous risk, given the significant talent the Dolphins had to sacrifice. In every corner of the NFL, from casual fans to seasoned analysts, the murmurs are unanimous. King Henry's move to Miami could change everything. Rumors suggest the Dolphins' front office was working behind closed doors for weeks, orchestrating a deal that seemed impossible until the final signatures were inked. The league has been abuzz with whispers of secret meetings, late-night negotiations, and a willingness to gamble big on a single transformative player. Derrick Henry's reputation as a bruising, unstoppable force on the field precedes him, and insiders hint that Miami believes he could be the missing piece in a roster hungry for dominance. The Dolphins reportedly sacrificed two high-profile players to make room for Henry, a move that has left fans and commentators debating which side gains more in the long run. Speculation now centers on how head coach Mike McDaniel plans to integrate a running back of Henry's caliber into a system that balances speed, precision, and power. Industry insiders note that Henry's arrival could shift defensive schemes across the entire league, forcing opponents to reconsider matchups and adjust strategies week by week. Meanwhile, fan forums and social media pages are lighting up with debates, memes, and breakdowns of how Miami's offensive identity could evolve. Everyone seems to agree that King Henry's presence isn't just a roster addition. It's a statement, a message to the NFL that Miami is ready to play a very different kind of football. Industry whispers indicate that the financial underpinnings of the deal were as daring as the player swap itself, with contracts, incentives, and long-term cap implications all carefully choreographed to allow Henry to make the splash in Miami without destabilizing the rest of the team. Analysts note that parting with two star players to acquire a single superstar is a rarity in modern football, particularly in an era of multi-dimensional offenses and complex roster management. Yet, the whispers from insiders suggest that the Dolphins are betting on the impact Henry can make, especially in high-stakes moments where brute power and relentless determination turn games. Fans speculate endlessly about the behind-the-scenes dynamics that led to this move, imagining tense boardroom debates, strategy sessions that lasted into the early morning hours, and the calculated risks weighed by team executives. Coaches, too, are rumored to have scrambled to envision new formations and plays to maximize Henry's strengths, envisioning a backfield where speed meets sheer size in a way that could overwhelm defenses. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly re-evaluating their draft strategies and free agent priorities, as the mere possibility of facing King Henry in Miami changes calculations in ways few anticipated. The league's rumor mill is working overtime, with insiders hinting that Henry's move could trigger a domino effect in trades and signings across the NFL landscape. Sources close to the Dolphins suggest that Derrick Henry's arrival could redefine how the team approaches every facet of its offensive strategy, from short yardage situations to red zone dominance and third down conversions. Observers note that Henry's unique combination of size, speed, and sheer endurance allows him to absorb punishment while simultaneously breaking tackles in ways that are game-changing. Speculation abounds about which of the departed stars will feel the impact most keenly, as fans and analysts alike debate how Miami's overall roster chemistry might evolve with Henry at the helm of the backfield. Social media chatter is rife with hypothetical scenarios, imagining game-winning drives led by Henry, record-breaking rushing performances, and defensive coordinators scrambling to adjust in real time. Even casual observers of the NFL are drawn into the rumor mill, asking how one player can alter the trajectory of an entire franchise. The whispers suggest that Henry's presence could elevate the Dolphins into a league-wide focal point, attracting attention from broadcasters, sponsors, and fans alike. Every report emphasizes that Miami's gamble is as audacious as it is headline-grabbing, with the potential to either cement their dominance or leave them questioning the cost of chasing a single superstar. League insiders hint that the ripple effects of the deal are already being felt, with rival teams reportedly revisiting trade talks, adjusting defensive lineups, and reconsidering player development strategies in anticipation of facing Miami, with King Henry leading the charge. Analysts note that the Dolphins' move is sending a message beyond the field, signaling an aggressive intent to dominate games physically, reshape the tempo of contests, and leverage Henry's imposing presence to dictate the pace and strategy of matchups. Rumor has it that locker room dynamics are being closely monitored, with coaches tasked with balancing the excitement of acquiring a superstar against potential tensions arising from the departure of two beloved teammates. Fans speculate about the emotional and psychological impact on remaining players, while sports commentators dissect how Henry's style meshes with quarterback play, offensive line schemes, and the team's overall identity. Conversations online are filled with projections, simulations, and heated debates, reflecting the intensity of interest surrounding Miami's audacious gamble. Every insider agrees that Derrick Henry's presence creates a seismic shift, not only in play calling, but in the perception of what the Dolphins are capable of achieving this season. The murmurs continue, growing louder as the league braces for the ripple effects of this historic move. Speculation from multiple sources emphasizes that Miami's front office is fully aware of the stakes, understanding that acquiring Derrick Henry comes with both immense potential rewards and equally significant risks. The whispers suggest that management believes Henry's physical dominance and proven track record can compensate for the lost talent, creating a new offensive core built around one of the most formidable running backs in NFL history. Fans are debating endlessly whether the trade is visionary or reckless, while pundits offer intricate breakdowns of potential scenarios in which Henry transforms the Dolphins' fortunes. Online communities and sports forums are exploding with hypothetical matchups, predictive stats, and emotional reactions ranging from euphoric optimism to cautious skepticism. Insiders hint that Henry's integration into Miami isn't just about football. It's about branding, marketability, and creating a narrative that can energize the city and the team's fan base. Coaches are rumored to be designing playbooks specifically tailored to exploit Henry's unique combination of speed, power, and resilience. Meanwhile, rival franchises are reportedly calculating how to counter this new threat, as whispers suggest defensive coordinators are scrambling to adjust tactics before they even face him. The NFL rumor mill has reached a fever pitch, with King Henry at the center, and every new snippet fuels speculation about just how much Miami's audacious gamble could reshape the league's landscape. Whispers emerging from the Dolphins' training facility suggest that Derrick Henry's presence is already altering practice routines, forcing coaches to rethink rotations, conditioning drills, and even blocking schemes to accommodate the sheer force he brings to the backfield. Sources close to the team hint that Henry is not only a physical powerhouse, but also a locker room influencer, with teammates observing and adjusting to his relentless work ethic and intensity. Rumor has it that veteran players are being challenged to elevate their game, inspired and perhaps slightly intimidated by Henry's reputation for pushing defenses to their breaking point. Analysts speculate that the Dolphins' offensive line will need to reinvent itself to maximize Henry's ability to exploit gaps while maintaining protection for the quarterback. Fans online are dissecting every snippet of footage, every whisper from insiders, imagining touchdown runs that bulldoze over defenders, and wondering how this single addition might redefine Miami's season. The chatter extends beyond strategy to culture, suggesting that Henry's arrival is a statement about the Dolphins' ambition, signaling that the franchise is no longer content with incremental improvements, but is instead aiming for domination. Rival teams are reportedly bracing for impact, as the NFL rumor mill grows louder, fueled by speculation that Miami's bold gamble could reshape entire defensive game plans across the league, leaving everyone watching anxiously for the season's opening kickoff. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? Insiders suggest that the two-star sacrifice to bring Henry to Miami are already the subject of heated debates among fans and analysts, with rumors pointing to potential long-term consequences that could haunt or benefit the Dolphins, depending on Henry's performance. Sports pundits are rumored to be dissecting every detail, from past injuries to running style and stamina, weighing the risks against the potential for transformative victories. Whispered reports claim that the front office believes the trade is more than a calculated risk. It is a high-stakes statement, a declaration that the team prioritizes a game-changing presence over maintaining multiple established talents. Social media buzz reflects a mix of excitement and apprehension, with viral posts exploring hypothetical scenarios in which Henry powers through defenses, while skeptics caution that relying so heavily on one player could backfire if injuries or scheme adjustments limit his effectiveness. Rumor has it that other NFL franchises are quietly reconsidering trade targets and draft strategies, knowing that facing Miami with Henry in the backfield will require entirely new defensive calculations. Conversations among insiders suggest that even coaching strategies are being rewritten to accommodate Henry's unique style, emphasizing endurance, burst, and situational dominance. Every whisper points to a central truth. Derrick Henry in Miami isn't just a roster move. It's a seismic shift that could change how the team, the fans, and the league itself approach football. Rumors from league insiders indicate that Henry's arrival is creating an unprecedented media storm, with press conferences, social media speculation, and insider leaks fueling an almost constant narrative around his impact. Analysts whisper that the Dolphins' marketing team sees Henry not just as a player, but as a symbol, a brand capable of attracting attention, merchandise sales, and national headlines. The rumor mill extends to potential rivalries reignited, with former teammates watching nervously and opponents rethinking defensive lineups to withstand Henry's brute force. Some insiders hint at behind-the-scenes negotiations with broadcasters and sponsors, ensuring maximum exposure while leveraging the dramatic storyline of two stars traded for a single powerhouse. Fans continue to dissect every rumor, every hint dropped during interviews, and every video snippet from training sessions, speculating about the exact role Henry will play in pivotal games. Conversations suggest that Henry's reputation for crushing defenses and setting records precedes him, creating not just a football challenge, but a psychological one for any defense that faces the Dolphins. The cumulative effect, according to whispers, is that Miami has positioned itself not just to compete, but to dominate, sending a message that they are willing to risk everything for the transformative potential of one running back. Rumors indicate that every corner of the league is now bracing for a new era defined by King Henry's raw power. Speculative whispers from sources close to the Dolphins suggest that Derrick Henry's influence could extend far beyond the field, affecting team morale, practice intensity, and even player retention. Observers speculate that younger players are being pushed to higher levels of performance, inspired or perhaps pressured by Henry's commanding presence and work ethic. Rumors also suggest that coaching staff meetings are now centered around maximizing Henry's involvement in the offense, crafting schemes that blend speed, agility, and brute strength in ways rarely seen in modern football. Analysts whisper that defenses will have to adapt every week, with rival coordinators recalculating strategies to cope with Henry's ability to break tackles and sustain long drives. Fans and pundits alike are sharing theories about game-changing scenarios, imagining Miami in close contests where Henry's unstoppable runs decide outcomes and redefine playoff hopes. Social media is rife with speculation about Henry's first game, anticipated plays, and the psychological effect his dominance could have on opposing teams. Rumors suggest that the Dolphins' front office is closely monitoring every reaction, both from within and outside the team, as the addition of Henry not only shifts the balance of power on the field, but also changes the narrative surrounding Miami's ambitions. Every insider seems to agree. This is more than a move. It's a statement that the Dolphins are all in on King Henry's singular talent. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.